Yo, what is up, my beautiful people? Right now on the table, I have the ROG Ally X. And if you've been following this channel for any time, you know that I have a lot of handhelds. I have almost 30 handheld PCs at this time. I know I have a problem. And the Ally X has positioned itself as one of the best handheld PCs of all time. That's right. It may not be my favorite, but a lot of people would argue that it is the best handheld ever. And even though, you know, we've seen CES and Asus hasn't even announced another version of this, I still believe that this is one of the best handheld PCs available right now. But I will say that there are some things I use, as you can see on the table in front of me, to make my experience with this device even better. So today we're going to be looking at some of what I believe to be the best and my favorite accessories for the ROG Ally X and pretty much any handheld PC. But today we're talking about the ROG Ally X. But follow along. If you have any other handheld PC, I think you can really use some of these things to make your experience even better. So we're gonna get into all of these. I'm gonna tell you why I think these are some of the best and how I use them. So before we do that, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff, so I can keep coming to you with more barely average dude content. Let's get into these amazing accessories. Okay, so this first section is gonna be the modifications and additions. Now, I don't have many modifications or additions on my ROG Ally X, but I just wanted to show you some of the best and some of my favorite slight modifications and additions for the Ally X. The first one we're gonna talk about is what I believe is a must have. This is, if you don't get anything else in this video, this is something that you definitely should consider for your ROG Ally X. Now, this may look strange if you've never opened an ROG Ally or, you know, modified any device before, or controller specifically. These are Hall effect joysticks. This is the joystick here. This is where the cap goes on top. And these are Hall effect. These are from one of the partial sponsors of today's video, Handheld DIY, and these things are amazing. Now, the built-in sticks on the Ally are not the best. They're all right, they'll get you by, but they're not the best, and especially because they're not Hall effect. And I think that's something that we should see phased out, is non-Hall effect sticks. Some people do like, you know, the non-Hall effect sticks for, you know, some reasons that they will definitely explain, but I do appreciate a Hall effect stick. You know, less drift. And these ones specifically from Handheld DIY are great because they actually add a little bit more tension. That's going to give you a better precision, better control. And with the Hall effect, you're not going to get any drift, anything like that. These are what I believe to be a must-have if you have an ROG Ally X. If you're going to open your Ally to replace the SSD, pop these in, and when you close it up, you'll be done for good. You never have to open it up again. But if you are okay with opening it up, they give you the screwdriver to do that. It's not a hard thing to do. I try to link a video to a great creator that has done this swap, just so you guys can see the whole process. It's not hard at all, but I highly recommend these sticks. Better precision, better tension, better control, no drift. These things are amazing. Now, the next addition or modification, if you wouldn't even call it that, is the caps here. I have these caps from Skull & Co. Now, these are the convex caps. That means they like point out instead of like sinking in. I like these ones because even though they don't, like, your thumb doesn't sink into it, they give you that added grip and a little bit precision when doing, like, you know, FPS games. My thumb can still get up and over and out of the way without being kind of stuck on the ridge. But since it's grippy, you do still get that added grip. So I swear by these convex stick grips. Most stick grips are like concave. That means they have like a little indentation where your thumb sits inside of it. But this one, your thumb sits on top. But because of this rubber grip and texture, you still get that nice control that I do appreciate. Now, the next addition or modification is this matte screen protector. I don't even know if you can tell, but this thing is great. You can see the way that it handles the reflections and you don't get like any glare. I love this matte screen protector. Look, this one you can see the camera. Say hello, guys. You can see the camera there. You can see like everything around there. You can see the light fixture. But on this, look, you can't even see the camera. You see, it's just like a blur. But here you can actually see the actual camera, the stand there, the arm. This one is just a ghost. so that lets you see the difference between glossy and matte. So I do love the matte screen protector. Now, the last addition or modification, it's really an addition, happens to be the Jsaux Mod Case. You can see I have one here. It adds a nice bit of grip. On the back, we have this this kickstand, which allows you to have multiple different angles. You can put this thing all the way down, or you can stand it up and be all the way pretty much 90 degrees vertical. So I love this thing, and it's very stiff, so it doesn't like fall when you put it at like a weird angle. As you can see here, I have this at a pretty steep angle, and it's not falling or anything like that. I love this. You can also take this off. That's why it's called the mod case. They have other mods. They have a like a strap that holds a battery bank, and then some other modifications you can get there. I do like this one, but the thing is, I'm actually using the top from the Ugreen kill switch. Now, I do think the kill switch is a better quality case, but for like $70 or $80, it's hard to recommend. I do think the top is better, but the mod case does come with a travel top like this. I just think this one is better for fitting grips, so I do use this. But as far as the case, for like $30, this is gonna be the best case you can get for the LIX. Has good grip, good ergonomics. It's not like as good as an $80 case, but it's only $30. And it doesn't feel $50 cheaper. So this one is gonna be the one I recommend, the best case for the ROG LIX, the Jsaux Mod Case. I'm not sponsored or anything, not sponsored by Deeb or any of them, but I know it's weird that I use the top from an $80 case, but it has a better top. But I do think that the mod case has a slightly better ergonomic grip on the back. So I use both of them. It is compatible, but this is like what? $110 case right now, so I don't recommend you do this, but just letting you guys know. Anyway, on to the next category. Okay, so this next category is going to be chargers and cables. Now, the LIX does have the biggest battery of any handheld right now at 80 watt hours, but it's inevitable. Sometimes your battery is going to run low, it's going to run out. If you're really having an intense gaming session, your battery is going to run a bit low here. So I have some of my favorite battery banks. I've tested dozens of battery banks at this point, but these are some of the best, some of my favorite battery banks, and some awesome cables. And we have a charger here. So let me start with the charger, of course. This is from Ugreen, not sponsored, but I swear by this power brick here. I like that it has the retractable prongs here, so you can get that nice square package. And look at that. It has 4 ports, you guys, 3 USB-C, 1 USB-A, a total of 100 watts. This thing is gonna be awesome to take with you when you travel, you know, charge your laptop, your phone, your tablet, your handheld, all at the same time. This thing is gonna be great. You're gonna get 100 watts total, and then the power is gonna be split up as you add devices, but you can get like 65 watts for the Ally, and then you can get like 20 watts for your phone, 10 watts there, 10 watts there. I don't know, I didn't do the math, but anyway, you're gonna get up to 100 watts on this charger here. I've been using this thing for well over a year now, and I love this charger. Always take it with me when I'm traveling. Now, as far as the battery banks, let's go down the line here. I have, this is from a company called Basis. I like this one. It's 100 watts. It has 4 ports on the top. I like this one because it's thin. Even though it's wide, so you see it's much wider than the other ones, it is thin. So this is the one I always keep in my backpack, you know, when I'm going to work or anything like that, or if I have any sort of like productions on the road. I always put this in my backpack because it slides in nicely and it's not as thick as some of the other power banks of a similar capacity. This is 100 watts, it's 20,000 milliamp hours, and you can, like I said, you can get a total of 100 watts from the port, USB-C ports here, and then it's gonna split up the power, but you already know what it is. As a display on this, so it's gonna tell you like how much battery it has, it's gonna tell you the charge speed and all of that good stuff. But I love this one for traveling because it fits in a backpack nice because of how flat it is and how it's stretched out. Now, moving up the line, we have this one is from Move Speed. This is 25,000 milliamp hours, 130 watts. See on the top, it has 3 ports, but getting 130 watts, 20,000 milliamp hours. It also has a nice screen. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it has a screen. It's going to show you the charge capacity and the speed. I love this thing. No, Ugreen charger. This thing is awesome. It's very compact. As you can see here, it's smaller than this one. It is 20,000 watt hours, 130 watts. This thing is awesome. Has this nice screen on it that tells you like the charge capacity, the charge speed, the charge rate, how long it's gonna take to charge. The thing has a lot of information on the screen here. I do like that. That's like a gimmick, just an added bonus, but 130 watts, 20,000 milliamp hours, and it is pretty small for its speed and capacity. Now, as far as cables go, I'll show you my favorite charge cables. This charge cable here is nice because it has a screen on it. Actually, let me put it this way. This cable has a screen on it and is a flat braided cable. I love a high quality cable, and this thing has lasted me like well over a year now. It hasn't frayed, it hasn't ripped anything. A nice braided flat cable. But what makes it special is that it has this screen on the top, or the front, whatever you want to call it, that lets you see the charge speed. So I don't know if you can see that there. You can actually see the charge speed of your cable there. So that's dope. You're gonna see the speed. And this other one is pretty much the same thing, but it is a round braided cable, and I will be excited because I can see how fast it's charging. I don't know if, you know, if that's just me, but I like seeing the charge speed. So that's why I like these cables with that little screen here. Now, the last cable here is going to be a HDMI cable. This is from Ivanki. It's HDMI. It has a power USB port there. So you pretty much plug this end into your handheld, plug this into your monitor or TV, plug in the power, and you're gonna be good to go. You're gonna be charging your Ally, and it's going to be enough to even get you in the 30-watt turbo mode with this cable and plugged in. So this is nice if you don't want to carry around like a dock or an adapter. Just use this cable and you have HDMI and power. So that's great. So anyway, cables, chargers. Let's move on to the next category. Okay, this next category, I'm trying to make this one quick. This is adapters, I guess you can call it. No, I don't want to take too much of your time. This is a USB-C hub. You know what a USB-C hub is? I promise you I'm not sponsored. I know I have a bunch of Ugreen products in here, but I promise you I'm not sponsored. Their products just never failed me, so I'm gonna keep letting you guys know. Not sponsored, but I love this little, you know, hub here. USB-A, SD, Ethernet. Other side you have HDMI and power in. It's a hub. You already know what it is. Anyway, this one is special. This one right here is from Cable Matters. It only has HDMI and USB-C, but what makes this special is that this thing right here supports 4K 120. That's right, not many hubs. I know that doesn't sound like much, 4K 120, but not many hubs support 4K 120. But this actually does. So 4K 120, 1080p 240, whatever you could throw at this, hub here, it will do it. I know it only does HDMI and power, but that's enough if you're getting 4K 120, you guys. A lot of hubs don't do that. If you know, awesome little hub. If you're pushing a lot of pixels, you know, for your big TV there, this is gonna be a must-have. Now, this adapter here is special because it has two USB-C ports, but one is for power and the other is for a display. Mainly, it's for XR AR glasses. So we're gonna get into that in the next segment, but this is awesome because, well, not so much now because the ROG Ally X has two ports, but any device that only has one port, you can't use AR glasses or display or USB-C display and still get power. So this is gonna allow you to plug in those AR glasses, plug in a power, and still use both of them at the same time. It doesn't matter much because this has two ports, but hey, free up one of your ports and use that for peripherals. This is gonna let you use your AR glasses or any other, you know, USB-C display and still get power in this one port here, up to 100 watts. So that is great. Now let's move on to our next category. Okay, so this next section is the displays, portable displays, and I have two options here. This first one is been featured in a few of my videos here. This is the UPerfect 3K 120 Hertz OLED display. That's not all. This thing is also a touchscreen. Check this out, you guys. This thing is a full touchscreen, and I can pretty much turn my handheld into a tablet here. So now let me show you this thing in action. All right, check this out, you guys. We got the OLED, 120 Hertz, 3K resolution. Now I know it's gonna be hard to push 3K resolution from the Ally X, but you're still gonna get that awesome OLED display. You're gonna get the 120 Hertz when you need it. And I mean, you can lower the resolution, and because it's OLED, if you have to go to like 1080p, you're not really gonna see the black bars because it's OLED and it's going to be perfect black levels. This thing does also get super bright. I have to cut it down to like half brightness because it gets too bright for the camera here, but this display is amazing. I featured it in several videos now, and I've been calling it the best portable monitor since I got it for months now because this thing is awesome. And with the touch screen, this thing, it turns your handout into a tablet. You don't even have to touch your device anymore. You can navigate here and do everything you need to do with your Ally. This thing is awesome. Playing games at 120 Hertz on this OLED display is awesome, you guys. I swear by this. Now, the next monitor, portable monitor, is a little bit different. It's in a different form factor. This is glasses. That's right, AR glasses. These are the Viture XR Pro Glasses. No, I've tried, you know, AR glasses from a bunch of companies. I have the X-Real or the N-Real when I got them. I have the ROG and a few others, and Viture has been the best as far as quality. We got a 1080p OLED, 120 Hertz here. Awesome. The build quality, the display, the crispness, even on the edges, and you get these myopia adjustments here, so you can change for your eyes. This thing is awesome, and Viture has been like the #1 AR company as far as like customer service. I know that X-Real has, you know, the X-Real 1 out on the market now, and everyone's been pushing that, but I highly recommend Viture because one, their customer service is unmatched. Any issue you have, I've heard numerous reports of people contacting X-Real and it goes nowhere, but I've heard many reports of people contacting Viture and they're very responsive as far as customer service. They even send out replacements if anything goes wrong with your original pair. I just think as far as a overall, you know, company and device and package, the Vitures is the one to get. Yes, Viture does get the barely average dude seal of approval. After trying X-Real, trying ROG, you know, Viture gets the seal of approval here. I know there's other, you know, creators pushing the X-Real now, but they I used to like X-Real, but they push out new devices. They don't really take care of the old ones. And they have like this weird strategy of not really caring about the customers as much. Now, I'm not a hater or anything. I still do own X-Real products and I do enjoy them. But as far as an overall package and experience, the Viture glasses are going to be the ones to get. That's just my opinion. No hate, so don't leave any hate in the comments to any of the other companies, but Viture has never let me down and they've proven themselves to be a customer first company, and that's something that you can't really ignore. Anyway, on to the next category. Okay, so this next category is designated to my favorite controller. I think this is one of the best portable controllers you can get right now. This is the 8-bit Do SN30 Pro, and I swear by this thing. I use it for all of my devices. This thing is awesome. You can connect it as an Xbox controller with X input or with D input. You can even connect this as a Switch controller, a Switch Pro controller, as I have it connected now, and I'll show you why I think it's amazing to connect it as a Switch controller to your PC handheld. Check this out. So it's as a Switch controller now, but if you're playing a game on Steam, look what this enables you to do. It has gyro, and you know how much I love gyro, you guys. Check this out. I got gyro aiming. I can actually move the controller, and check this out. I don't even have to touch anything. I just move the controller and I got gyro aiming, you guys. That's why I love connecting this thing as a Switch Pro controller, because in Steam, you can program it to have gyro like you would with a regular, you know, Pro controller on your Switch. That's awesome, you guys. I know some people, you know, don't really like having to rely on Steam, but if you are playing a game on Steam, you have all of the features of a Switch Pro controller on this thing here, as far as, you know, gyro, as far as having, you know, Hall effect sticks. This one does have Hall effect sticks. Now the only thing that it is lacking is the triggers are not analog, so it's just gonna be like a button press. It's not gonna be the best for racing games, but if you're an OG racer, you can you know, manage that throttle and acceleration as needed. But not the best for racing games, but for shooting games with that gyro capability, this thing is awesome. So yeah, I swear by this thing. Check this out. I got the retro colorway. These things are awesome. Like, look how small this is, man. Put this in your pocket, in your bag. You're not even gonna notice it. When it's time to game, you just pull that thing out and you are ready to go. With gyro, come on you guys. We got gyro on a controller this small. You can't really ask for more than that. Anyway, on to the next category. Actually, before I go to the next category, I want to show you guys this case that I have. It's designed to have hold one of these, but it actually fits two perfectly. So you put these in here, and this is gonna be a case to put this in your backpack, into your bag, and it fits two of these SN30 Pro controllers. So if you're going to like a friend's house, you whip this out, and look at you. Co-op gaming on the go. This thing is an awesome little case for the SN30 Pro controller. So anyway, yeah, now for real, on to the next category. Okay, this last segment here is dedicated to audio. These are some of the best, some of my favorite audio solutions for the LIX and other handheld PCs. Now, starting with this one, this is, I guess, the first party option. This is the ROG Centra Wireless earbud here. I do think these are awesome. They have a low latency mode, which is actually pretty good, a gaming mode that has a pretty good latency. And the way that it connects with the ROG Ally makes it awesome. It connects, it sees it. You can actually adjust settings in Armoury Crate because it is an ROG product. You do get that integration there. It also has slight noise cancellation, like actual active noise cancellation. It's not the best, but it does actually work in a pinch there. So like on a train or on an airplane, noise cancellation does work. Low latency for Bluetooth anyway, and that is good to have there. Now, if you want even lower latency, we have the Soundcore, what do they call this? The VRP10. These are designed for like a VR headset, but because they have this little dongle here, as you can see, it has a USB-C dongle. You plug this into your device, and that's going to give you a low latency experience because of that connection there. So you plug this in, and then it gives you a low latency 2.4 gigahertz audio connection, so you can get a much more enjoyable experience here. Now, you can also buy multiple of these little adapters here, and it has USB-C, so if you plug it into a device to charge, you are going to get power through. Now, it only does, I think, like what is it? It only does up to like, I think 30 or 40 watts, so it's not gonna, you know, put your ROG Ally into turbo mode, 30-watt turbo. But for like a smaller device, like a phone, a tablet, other things like that, you can get low latency audio while still charging your device. And you can buy multiple of these to have for other devices. So I think this is dope to have a low latency wireless solution. Now, this is just a wired headphone. This is the ROG Cetra wired headphone, and it's just a standard wired headphone here. It does have some settings in here because it is an ROG product. Not too many things you can adjust here, but it is nice. It has the wings, nice tips here, very comfortable. Even has a mic with the volume adjustment here, and yeah, pretty standard, but this is very comfortable and sounds pretty good here. So yeah, this is the audio solutions, and I really do enjoy these ones for different things. Fully wireless, this is great. Low latency, this is awesome, and fully wired, can't go wrong with this. So yeah. Okay, so that was some of the best and some of my favorite accessories for the ROG Ally X, and pretty much any handheld PC out there. You can use these on any device, and you're gonna really improve your overall experience with whatever, you know, handheld PC or computer, whatever you have. These are going to be compatible with that. Today I just wanted to show you guys what I use with my ROG Ally X to make my experience even better. Now, leave a comment down below if you're going to pick up any of these. I'll make sure to leave the links in the description. I'll try to find the best links and best prices for you guys. I'm not being paid to show you any of these things here, but if you use my links, I do receive like, I think like a penny for each purchase. So shout out to you guys for keeping this channel alive. I really do appreciate it, but I'm not being paid to say any of this. So yeah, I'll leave the links to all that in the description. Check that out. Let me know what you guys like. Let me know what you guys don't like. Let me know what some of your favorite accessories. So yeah, let's talk about it all in the comments. But as always, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Some awesome accessories here. You know, can't go wrong, you know, with things like this. Peace.